And now, for the only pawn show in Las Vegas radio, coming to you live from the KDWN studios on South Durango, Pawn Talk Live, hosted by the voice of the Las Vegas Wranglers, Dave Carney, and the owner of the world-famous Max Pawn in Las Vegas, Michael Mack. Call in at 257-5396. That's 257-5396, and find out what your valuables are worth from the top expert in the pawn industry. Now, Michael Mack and Dave Carney.
And welcome to Pawn Talk Live here on News Talk 720 KDWN. Thanks so much to everybody for staying with us here from Live Las Vegas. And yes, the phone lines for this show are absolutely open. We do have fourth-generation pawnbroker and great friend Michael Mack here to take any pawn question. And remember, no pawn question is too big, no pawn question is too small, and don't feel that you're asking a silly or a stupid question. That's exactly what Michael and his staff are here to do, help you out in any way possible. The number to reach us here right now on the Subway Fresh Take Hotline, 257-5396, 257-5396. Or, Michael, you still have another hour to get on down here to the store, 6040 West Sahara, and get with you face-to-face. So if they want to, show you something, put it right here in front of you. That's what you're going to do for the next hour. And then, of course, Max Pawn open until 6 tonight.
You know what, Dave? Happy Valentine's Day,
Happy
everyone.
Valentine's to you, too. You look great.
Yes, and I have your present in my office.
Oh, thanks. Good.
And Harmonic, you too.
Why, thank you.
And Juan, you too. And everyone else in the store, I have presents.
It's got presents for everybody.
It's present day. You know what? I want to give away some gifts. So
I do too.
Let's give away some stuff on
All
air.
right.
And it's special because we only do Pawn Talk Live in Las Vegas every once in a while down at Max Pawn.
That's right.
I always say when you're driving down Sahara, give us a honk.
Yes.
And if you're close by, they're selling baskets outside in our planter.
That's right.
And there's all kinds of things going on down at Max
Formerly
Pawn.
the home of union protests, now out here for Valentine's Day planters. Your choice.
Yeah, you can buy baskets, but more importantly, we're going to have the Girl Scouts here from 3 o'clock till 6 o'clock tonight selling Girl Scout cookies. We're giving away free Girl Scout cookies for any purchase of $20 or more. And we got all kinds of stuff to give away. Let's do it.
Yeah, we've got tons of fun stuff to give away here. Everybody that does come down here to the store, 6040 West Sahara, as I mentioned, or calls us on our Subway Fresh Take Hotline, 257-5396, is going to get a Valentine's Day gift. That is a guarantee. Everybody that calls or comes down today is going to get a Valentine's Day gift. Now, friends of ours over at Beasley Broadcasting brought us down some great stuff from the promotions vault today, so thanks so much to the promotions department of Beasley Broadcasting. We have got tons of CDs, everything from Willie Nelson and Family, Sugarland. I've got Taylor Swift. We've got DVD box sets. We've got Soul Train DVD box sets. I've got movies. We've got tons of stuff here. So all you have to do is pick up the phone and call us at 257-5396 or come on down here to the store, northeast corner of Sahara and Jones. Now, Michael, Harmonic and I, as well as Albie Scher joining us from New York, have been having a fantastic show so far. Live in Las Vegas was great. We were talking all about Valentine's Day and some of the favorite memories of ours from Valentine's Day. Now, this is a question, Michael, I didn't get to ask you. What is your favorite Valentine's Day memory, my friend?
Well, Dave, I have to go back into the memory vault.
Into the memory vault.
And
here it is.
I'm going back into the memory vault. I actually was married right out of college, and I married my first bride on Valentine's Day. And 3 years later, we got divorced.
Nice. I was going to say, well, congratulations for that.
But I am very fortunate. I have a lovely fiancée, Kat,
Yes.
and I wish her the greatest Valentine's. We had breakfast down at Eat, which is what an amazing breakfast lunch spot downtown.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
Chef Natalie, big props to Chef Natalie.
Yeah, and great news for Natalie. She's been a partner with Downtown Projects, and tonight is the anniversary of her last payment, 15 months, and she paid back all her debt.
Unbelievable.
And here's a gal that was possibly didn't have a job.
That's right.
Was out of work, and a success story, and she's a lovely young lady, and I just wish her the very best of her future, and congratulations.
Absolutely. The Downtown Project is just a very quick side note, has been such a great addition to the city of Las Vegas. It has really done so much, and I was recently down at the Container Park looking at some of the fine new shops that are open up there, the fine new bars and restaurants, and talking to some of the owners, and really great stuff going on downtown. And again, if you want to join us here on the show today, all you have to do is call us at 257-5396. That's 257-5396. Get online with Michael Mack, myself, and we have got special guest Harmonic with us today. Now, Harmonic is, of course, a Tom Jones impersonator. He doesn't mind that we say Tom Jones impersonator because that is what he does.
Right.
And you can visit him online at tomjonesclone.com. Now, Guys, before we get into more prizing, more giveaways here on Pawn Talk Live, I want to talk about a couple of the things that are going on this weekend that we didn't get a chance to cover during Live Las Vegas. And one of them, Michael and Harmich, has to do with our friends down at Zappos, who, of course, are the founders of the Downtown Project. And this is going to be, Michael, something completely off the wall, something completely unusual, so it fits perfectly with Zappos. They are going to be having an actual zoo come into the headquarters down there. This is going to be called Ruse and More, I believe. It is benefiting the Prim Animal Foundation, and it's going to be bringing over 80 different animals to Zappos. Different species from all across the world, giving folks a chance to come out and see these fine specimens and also donate to a great cause. I mean, how fitting is this for downtown?
I'll tell you what, Zappos is the most innovative company, awarded one of the best employers in the USA year after year. And we're so fortunate, the city of Las Vegas, to have an innovative company, a man with vision, Tony Hsieh, his investment to our downtown. Dave, you and I have spent some days downtown and nights and had some fun. It's cool.
It's
Downtown
awesome.
is cool. We have, the new restaurant down there, Wild, and Elise and the gang down there.
That's right.
There's just cool places. I was down there last night, and we were at the Gold Spike, and Bravo had a special event down there. And things are happening, and this town's happening. And I know Harmich's working with some of the downtown properties, a potential deal downtown. And I know, Harmich, you're excited about what's happening.
I love downtown. I've been part of downtown, I want to say, since the late 90s. I played the Fremont Street stages, the First Street stage,
Yes.
and then the Third Street stage. I don't even know how many dozens and dozens of times, but I believe I started somewhere in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I played for a good decade, and it's fabulous. It's
Yes, it
fabulous.
is.
I'm curious to see the first Friday, though. I have yet to go on it first
Oh,
Friday.
It's
boy,
awesome.
that's fantastic
Yeah.
as well.
And it's really, it's come from an arts festival. Ladies, happy Valentine's. You're on the radio. We have our favorite ladies, and special. Did you buy anything? Happy Valentine's. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Harmich, being downtown and you being an icon, celebrating Valentine's, have ladies in the store. I think it's appropriate to sing something for those ladies out there. What do you got?
Oh, I don't know. Let's give them a line of it's not unusual. We'll do it softly so I don't blow out the microphone. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. But when I see you hanging about with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry. I wanna die.
Awesome.
I tell you what, every girl in here just became immediately more accessible. Thank you very
Why,
much.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
You made my
Harmich.
deal a lot easier tonight, Harmich.
Absolutely. I was going to say Starbucks got the biggest shout out over the weekend by you promoting them on Facebook because of Valentine's Day, and you, of course,
That's right.
meeting Kat there. And again, guys, going back to downtown, I mean, what a fantastic thing that Tom Bruni and the entire crew at the Fremont Street Experience and everybody downtown has worked together so closely with Tony. And this Ruse and More is going to be a good thing for folks that are looking for something to do, maybe some place to take the kids out to this weekend. Good stuff. Now, another thing, guys, that's going on, it's President's Day weekend. It's not just Valentine's Day weekend.
That's
so
right.
it's also President's Day weekend. And it's beautiful here in Las Vegas. So we're talking to Al. He's back there in the Arctic tundra digging himself out of 15 inches of snow in New York City. And we've got 75-degree temperatures here in Las Vegas. Well, this also means that it's your opportunity to get out to some of our great national parks. So Red Rock Canyon, Lake Mead National Recreation Area, completely free because it's President's Day weekend. So a wonderful opportunity to get out there, re-explore some of Red Rock. Because, Michael, last year when the fire happened up at Mount Charleston, it was near the end of the season. So a lot of folks didn't go back up to Red Rock after that fire. They had closed down the park for some time. And, of course, we had the government shutdown nonsense, which kept us out of the park for a couple of weeks as well. What a great opportunity to get back up there. And this be someplace, if you want to take your Valentine out, get some great pictures, maybe play some Tom Jones music, a little Al B. Sure music, set the mood. Got a great opportunity.
That's right. And another great thing that's happening this weekend, Dave, here in Las Vegas, we are very fortunate to have an event coming, and we'll talk about it in a second, but that's the Las Vegas Mayor's Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a big deal. One of the largest annual soccer tournaments in the country, if not the largest. And with that, we are going to step aside, take our first look at traffic here on Pawn Talk Live. When we come back, Michael Harmonic and I are going to tell you about the President's Cup weekend, as well as answer your questions. All you have to do is pick us up and call us at 257-5396. All your pawn questions will be answered. Stay tuned to Pawn Talk Live.
It's 2:15 in the KDWN Nevada Credit Union Traffic Center. We've got a few new wrecks. 15 northbound at Russell, 95 southbound north of Las Vegas Boulevard, also Pecos southbound just south of the 215, and Blue Diamond eastbound at Decatur. From the KDWN Nevada Credit Union Traffic Center, I'm Desiree Peoples on News Talk 720 KDWN.
It's been our pleasure since 1950, serving Nevadans just like you, and be a part of your financial future. Your local lender for all you do. One Nevada Credit Union. Our one focus is you.
Federally insured by the NCUA Equal Opportunity Lender.
It's that time again for the Dennis Bono Show.
From Las Vegas, it's the Dennis Bono Show.
Saturday and Sunday nights at 8. Great talk and music, the Dennis Bono Show. Join Dennis as he reminisces about the great entertainment of yesteryear. Right here on News Talk 720 KDWN.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, the Phil's Gang Show. I'm back. That's right, back on Las Vegas. Be sure to catch the Phil's Gang Show weekdays 12 noon to 1 p.m. right here on 720 KDWN. The Phil's Gang Show, 12 noon to 1 p.m. on Las Vegas, 720 KDWN.
You hear a lot of talk about gold these days. What, with the stock market and more upheaval than tumbleweeds in a tornado? The world-famous Max Pawn is your gold spot in Las Vegas. Don't just send your gold into some random TV guy for pennies on the dollars. Go where you can see what your gold is really worth and get guaranteed market rate for your gold, silver, diamonds, and more. Come visit the world-famous Max Pawn in Las Vegas at the northeast corner of Sahara and Jones or online at maxpawnlv.com.
Now back to Pawn Talk Live with your hosts Michael Mack and Dave Carney.
And welcome back to Pawn Talk Live here on News Talk 720 KDWN. Dave Carney and the Tom Jones clone himself, Harmonic, joining me here. What a lovely Valentine's Day it is, and hopefully everybody out there listening to us on KDWN today is having an enjoyable Valentine's Day as well. And if you're just tuning us in here, you've missed a whole bunch of fun. Al B. Sure joined us on the Subway Fresh Take Hotline from New York. Harmonic just sang a little piece of a Tom Jones hit that I tell you, it just made, like I said, every woman in here a whole lot more accessible. And Michael, of course, is here with us to take any of your pawn questions. And it doesn't matter, Michael, as we have said 100 times before, if it is something that you have been handed down from your grandmother, your grandfather, something that you picked up at a garage sale. Maybe it's something you found at another pawn shop and you want to find out what it's really worth. All you have to do is pick up the phone and call us, 257-5396. And we do have a caller with us. This is TR with us on line one. TR, thanks so much for joining us on the program. How are you today?
Great. How about you?
Doing fantastic. You've got Michael. You've got Harmonic. What's your question, TR?
Michael, I have a question. Years ago, I lived in Reno, and I kind of wonder, would you possibly be the same folks that had that pawn shop down there? I believe it was on Virginia Street.
Well, my family has been in the pawn business for 4 generations, and so my roots started in Reno, and I was born and raised. I went to Worcester High, and we had the Cameo Jewelry and Loan, which originally was on Commercial Row, and then we moved it on the corner of Center and 2nd Street, and later became Super Pawn. We converted our store names to Super Pawn and branched out and had multiple stores.
Okay, I remember that pawn shop was really unique, and it was really cool. And I don't know if your dad's name was Ron.
Absolutely.
And brother's name was Steve. Yeah, years ago I worked with them. Anyway,
what's your name?
My name is Tom.
Tom. Well, you got to come down because Dave is here smiling because we've had a few people over the last few years that have been family friends. My dad's old high school sweetheart actually heard us on the air. So it's great to reconnect with people. I'm a native Nevadan, and we have a beautiful store down here, so we'd be happy to come on down. Not only did you win a prize, but you won a free lunch at Subway, our Fresh Take Hotline, and we'd love to meet you.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I'll come down and meet you. The other thing I thought was really neat about your pawn shop because you had an Uzi hanging on the wall. I wondered if that was still part of it.
Well, I've upgraded. We had a Uzi back in the day, and we always called that the Doberman Pinscher. That was, what kept people from, maybe getting a little crazy. Now we have a Beowulf 50 cal,
right?
That now goes through armor and a tank. So I have that behind my desk now.
Yeah, and the other difference here, Tom, is that they've gotten gold inlays and diamonds on some of these pieces. As in the past, they were just a standard issue military black. Now, real quick, because this is the first time I've ever had multiple people from Reno with me on the same line. I also spent some time up in northern Nevada and lived in Douglas County for a little while and got to drive around the mean streets of Reno. Let me ask you guys, were they ever going to repair a pothole in Reno, or is this some myth that I've been hearing about since it became the world's biggest little city?
Well, I'll tell you, I just got back from Detroit. And you talk about, they had a rough winter.
Yeah.
I thought the back end of my rental car went out or something. It was crazy. But how long have you been down, Tom, from Reno? Do you live here now?
I live here now for the last 20-some-odd years.
Oh, so you've been down here.
Actually, my son graduated from Reno High School. So I spent at least 10 years up there.
Well, I moved down here in 1987, and then the family migrated down here, and that's where we kind of grew the Super Pond brand, and then about 9.5 years ago, we sold the Super Pond brand to Cash America. And I
can tell your dad was a really cool guy. Is he?
Yeah, he's still a cool guy. Knock on wood, my parents are both with us and healthy.
Wonderful.
And if you get a chance, stop down, and maybe even if I can arrange it, I'll have my dad down here, and he loves to see old people that he knows from the old days.
Yeah, Tom, and you can find the store easy. It's at the corner of Sahara and Jones, the former Madman Army Supply Store. Now you cannot miss it. It's the home of the beautiful showroom of Max Pond. So come on down, take a look, and thanks so much for the call. We love hearing from folks. And again, we want to get this thing started here on KDWN. We've been on for 4 weeks here, and it does take some time, we realize this, to really give everybody, Michael, listening, the idea that it is absolutely okay to give us a call on the radio. We want to hear from you. That is what we specialize in, is taking your phone calls and really helping out the folks here in Las Vegas find out things they never knew about their items, reconnect with folks that they used to know, or really, get to the bottom of something that they've, been having gnaw at them. So when you look at stuff, ivory, people have called us in, they wonder, can they sell it? You're able to help them out. Interesting items, you're able to point them in the right direction.
Well, Dave, and that's why the whole premise of Pawn Talk Live is it's to inform our customers and our listeners what pawn's all about. And Harmonic, we're very fortunate here in Southern Nevada. And as you know, being a customer of fine things, we have some of the best pawn shops, jewelry stores, buy and sells in Southern Nevada. We have Las Vegas Jewelry and Coin there in Sunset, one of the best jewelry stores on that side of town.
Yeah.
And, on this side of town, we try to claim to be the best. But, we have the best pawn shops. We have Super Pawn. We have Easy Pawn. We have the guys down at Gold and Silver from Pawn Stars.
Yes.
And then a few other independents. And, Harmonic, your opinion,
I am
you're
an
a pawn
aficionado.
connoisseur.
Yes, I am. I have been in pawn shops throughout the country, and we do have the best here in Las Vegas. However, and again, I'm not just saying this because I'm here in Michael's store. His is, I think, unique in which it really caters to women. I have not been in a pawn shop where I've seen so many high-end items at incredibly low prices that are geared towards ladies. We're talking Coco Chanel, Christian Dior. I go on and on and on. And they even have shoes. They even have designer shoes for ladies. So, again, that struck me as something extremely unique.
Well, and also, as a musician yourself, Harmonic, you have to be impressed because obviously this was the thing that stuck out to me the most coming in here weren't the handbags, but the fine selection of instruments. And being a professional musician, you can attest to the quality of instruments that they have in here as well. And it's one thing that we really don't talk about a lot here on the show, but the stuff that Michael has is all top of the line.
I completely agree, and unique as well, because I don't recall the last time I've seen a mandolin at a pawn shop.
That's right. Yeah, very great point. And actually, multiple lap steel guitars. And we don't, like I say, Michael, talk to a lot of musicians here on the show. We're generally focusing on, like Harmonic mentioned, some of the finer products that you have for females and those associated items. But here at the world famous Max Pawn, also musically, you guys are very, very blessed to have so many fine pieces that have come from all over the world and from some of the finest musicians. And again, if you're just out there listening to us and you've got a question for Michael or anybody here in the store, maybe Michael's not the specialist, he has got somebody here to help you out, pick up the phone. Call us on our Subway Fresh Take hotline, 257-5396, 257-5396. Everybody that calls or comes down today gets an absolutely free gift.
Well, it's that time.
It is.
And, of course, if you have a choice, you want a gift, we're going to give away a box of Girl Scout cookies.
That's right.
I think we picked out two of Dave's favorites.
Oh, boy.
Dave Mints and Caramel Delights.
I was going to say, I see them sitting here and teasing me ever so lovingly from over my shoulder. But as we had mentioned last week and earlier on live in Las Vegas and at the beginning of Pawn Talk Live, every purchase today at the world-famous Max Pawn, and actually it was during this whole week, of over $20 gets an absolutely free box of Girl Scout cookies. Proceeds going to benefit Girl Scout Troop number 41, which is absolutely just a fantastic operation. We got a great chance to talk to some of the folks at Girl Scout Troop 41. So we want to do what we can to help out. Now, also, Michael, big stuff going on here in Las Vegas, something that I know that you're very involved in, and your son is probably as well, the soccer tournament. The President's Cup, or excuse me, the Mayor's Cup going on here in Las Vegas, one of the biggest soccer tournaments in the country.
Well, we're very fortunate that the Las Vegas Mayor's Cup is hosted annually, and they have two, one in the fall and one in the spring. It's an international tournament. It's the nation's largest international tournament. It's the second largest coaches tournament, but coaches from all over the country. Now, if you're a sophomore, junior, senior, this is the pinnacle. And Austin, my oldest, is a goalkeeper for LVSA 96 Reds, and he is being looked at by many coaches. Austin, we're fortunate, has straight A's. And so being an athlete with good grades gets you a long ways. And so we're fortunate this weekend, but we're going to have, I think there's over 300 teams. We're playing Mexico. We're playing a Brazil team. We have bought gifts. Now, it's customary, to give gifts to the other team when they go out. They introduce each other. They shake hands. And it's customary to exchange gifts with the players from the from the other country.
Sure.
And so we have some nice gifts we're giving away, and it's exciting. The tournament's at Betty Wilson all weekend, and anyone that is a soccer fan, and you want to see great high school soccer at the highest level.
Yeah.
This is the place.
Yeah, you bring up a great point. It is soccer at the highest level, and we're actually going to get a chance to talk to a gentleman who knows all about not only Austin, but everything that is going on at the Mayor's Cup, and that is Joe Unitas. Joe Unitas is going to be joining us here in about 10 minutes on Pawn Talk Live, and Joe is, of course, the son of football legend Johnny Unitas. Johnny Unitas, who it really still holds most of the passing records to this day, only was recently surpassed by Drew Brees for consecutive games with a touchdown about 2 years ago. And Joe is one of the I guess he's one of the principals over at SAS, which is Student Athlete Showcase, which helps student athletes such as your son who are in high school looking to get into college get a better platform to showcase their talents.
And we'll talk about that when Joe gets on the line. But it's very interesting what Joe does, Dave. He actually packages an athlete and many athletes, and it's not just soccer, football, basketball, volleyball, whatever the sport is, because it's a confusing process. When you're an athlete and you're looking to go to college, how do you do it? There's NCAA 2A rules and violations that can occur. As we know, many colleges have had violations of recruiting kids at too young or gifts or trips, and it's very defined, and you have to have a number as an NC2A. You have to register your athlete, and this company, SAS, programs, takes your kid, puts the word out to coaches throughout the country with a database, package your video, your profile, all your transcripts, and now we have Austin looking at by 12 to 15 college coaches this week.
Absolutely, and really the pitch of SAS, which we will talk to Joe about here a little bit later on in the program, is to save yourself money. So if you're a parent of one of these student athletes, you're going to end up spending $25,000, $50,000 a year sending these kids to the kind of college. Why not see if you can't use some of their God-given abilities to help them get some of that supplemented by a scholarship? So very good stuff there. Now, also, Michael, when we look at we look at sports, we look at student athletes, we look at a whole bunch of new consumers for Valentine's Day. I also want you to do us a little favor. When you come back, I want you to tell us what younger people could get for their Valentine's sweethearts. Maybe they've got a game they need to go to. How could they save some money by coming down here to the world-famous Max Pawn?
Well, we'll get them in here, and we'll talk about that at our next break.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to step aside, take a quick look at traffic. When we come back, waiting for a call from Joe Unitas, more with Harmon, more with Michael Mack, and more of your phone calls at 257-5396. Stay tuned to Pawn Talk Live.
KDWN's Ask the Experts Hour, weeknights 6 to 7 p.m. Your concerns, your questions, your time to get the help you need from Las Vegas experts and attorneys, free. Only on News Talk 720 KDWN, where locals come to talk. Have questions regarding a mortgage, bankruptcy, short sale, personal injury, or your credit? News Talk 720 KDWN's Legal Hour will help you find the answers free. Weekdays from 9 to 10 a.m. Talk with benefits. The best talk radio in Las Vegas is on News Talk 720 KDWN, where locals come to talk.
Multiple system atrophy brings the body to a standstill. It's time to fight MSA. Join Chef Carrie Simon and friends for a night of creative taste prepared by celebrity chefs. Partake in a silent auction and experience an intimate rock and roll performance featuring Alice Cooper, Sammy Hagar, Vince Neil, Slash, and more. It's happening on February 27th at the Keep Memory Alive Event Center at 888 West Bonneville in Las Vegas. The VIP reception starts at 6 p.m. Register online at keepmemoryalive.org.
This is News Talk 720 KDWN, Las Vegas.
I'm Ed Donahue. The medal count for the U.S. in Sochi is up to 13. That is tied with Norway for the most. That includes a silver today in women's skeleton for Utah's Noelle Pikus-Pace.
This is everything I could have imagined and more. To just have my family here in the stands with me, all the love and support and the cheers that we've had and all the trials that we've had to overcome to come to this moment. This is as good as gold.
Pikus-Pace came out of retirement after a disappointing finish 4 years ago in Vancouver.
Taking fourth in the Olympics, some people say, too bad, that stinks. You know, and then I had a miscarriage at 18 weeks, and many tears were shed, but if I hadn't gone through every single one of those things, I would not be here today.
Britain's Lizzie Yarnold won the gold. Pikus-Pace revealed afterwards she was dealing with concussion-like symptoms for several days before the race and minimized her training on the advice of doctors. AP Update. I'm Ed Donahue.
The news brought to you by Russell Stover Valentine Chocolates. Giving chocolates for Valentine's Day is a given, but what kind? Russell Stover is America's favorite heart box. Give her what she's hoping to get. Give her Russell Stover.
It's 2:32 in the KDWN 1 Nevada Credit Union Traffic Center. NHP still working on a few accidents. 15 northbound at Russell, 95 southbound north of Las Vegas Boulevard. We've also got 215 southbound east of Jones and Pecos southbound near the 215. From the KDWN 1 Nevada Credit Union Traffic Center, I'm Desiree Peoples on News Talk 720 KDWN.
Are you one of many looking to take advantage of the hot Las Vegas real estate market? I'm Justin Goodman with Majestic Properties, here to offer you an unmatched level of service and professionalism unknown to the Las Vegas market. My attorneys and processing team have closed over 1,000 short sale transactions successfully for free at absolutely no cost to you ever. I will also list your traditional sale for only 1%. Call and ask me how.
Call 380-2300. That's 380-2300.
Hi, this is Michael Mack, owner of world-famous Max Pawn in Las Vegas. You ever wondered what those valuables are worth? Had a pawn question but didn't know who to ask? I have the solution for you. Join me and Dave Carney every Friday from 2 to 3 for Pawn Talk Live, here on News Radio 720 KDWN.
KDWN's oldest and longest running show, Rural Nevada Today, has some great news. As always, you can hear them on Saturday morning from 6 to 7 a.m., but also now on Thursday morning from 4 to 5 a.m. If you don't like the way our nation is headed, tune in to Peter Lakopoulos every Saturday morning from 6 to 7 and the new show every Thursday morning from 4 to 5.
Attention taxpayers, if you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, it's a fact that they have the power to take everything you own, including your home, business, and even your freedom. If you've received a letter from the IRS, don't ignore it. Your problem will only continue to get worse. Here's the good news. The IRS has recently released new programs geared at helping struggling taxpayers, where you may now qualify to settle your tax debt and wipe out up to 85% or more of what you currently owe, including penalties and interest. Or you may qualify qualify for other special programs. If you're being audited, have years of unfiled tax returns, have a federal tax lien, or worse yet, are being issued a wage garnishment or bank levy, listen carefully. Authority Tax Services expert staff of ex-IRS agents, attorneys, and CPAs can immediately protect you from IRS and state collectors and get you the best possible tax settlement guaranteed. Call 800-239-3837. That's 800-239-3837. 800-239-3837.
Now back to Pawn Talk Live with your hosts Michael Mack and Dave Carney.
And welcome back to Pawn Talk Live here on News Talk 720 KDWN. Dave Carney, joined by the owner of the world-famous Max Pawn here in Las Vegas, Michael Mack, and the Tom Jones clone himself, Harmick.
Well, thank you.
Great having you on here with us the last couple of hours. Been a really fun and exciting afternoon here on Live in Las Vegas and, of course, on Pawn Talk Live. And coming back here to the program, we have got online with us the aforementioned Joe Unitas. Now, Joe, of course, is the son of football legend Johnny Unitas. Joe is also one of the principals at SAS Student Athlete Showcase and is an executive producer. And Joe, am I correct in saying you are the executive producer of Unitas We Stand, the new movie about your father that's in production right now and getting funding as we speak?
Yeah, we are still working on the funding, Dave. That's right. Thanks for having me. Hope you guys are doing well.
Yeah, happy Valentine's to you, and exciting stuff about the movie in a tribute to your dad. And I've heard also there's some potential names for stars that may be playing the great figure that your dad was.
Well, we're kicking around some ideas. We haven't made any official offers yet. I mean, my number one pick right now, if we could get him, would be Channing Tatum.
Wow, that'd
Channing
be awesome.
Tatum. And what about the action sequences, Joe? I last year at the Super Bowl party, as the Ravens were mopping up the floor with the 49ers, you were in hysterics thinking, we got to get Joe Flacco. How was that moved along with getting Joe to play your father during the action sequences?
Well, Joe agreed to do that.
That's fantastic.
So we've got him, set to go when we move into production. So that was awesome. It's very nice of him. I know he doesn't have a ton of time in the off season to do things like that, but I think we owe a lot of thanks to his dad. I think his dad, being a big football historian and fan of my dad, kind of gave him a little nudge. Joe's not one to do much outside of football. So
let me ask you this.
Let
me ask you this. Your dad being the icon he was, what current football player would you say resembles the style of your dad's football and being a quarterback he was?
Well, I'd say the two closest comparisons would probably be Peyton in the way that he just has total control and mastery of the offense. He basically calls everything out there, which my dad did as well. And then I think Drew Brees is another good comparison, because
not bad comparisons.
No.
He's done it for a long time, and my dad wasn't the biggest guy. He was only 6'1" when he played, and we all know. I met Drew a couple years ago, or 2 seasons ago now, and Drew's probably 6 foot out on his best day. But he seems to have a pretty good control of his offense as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, Joe, what about that other little whippersnapper short kid named Russell Wilson? I mean, he's not too bad either. He won himself a Super Bowl this year.
He's done well, but I think he's got a heck of a lot more to prove before we start comparing him to my dad.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I would be willing to venture he's going to have to pull this off for a number of years. And great getting a chance to catch up with Joe Unitas here. We were talking earlier, Joe, about the Mayor's Cup soccer tournament that's going on this weekend, the largest, as Michael pointed out, international soccer tournament here in the States. Now, as a principal with SAS, Joe, that's Student Athlete Showcase, and of course Michael's son Austin is involved in your program. Tell us a little bit about what SAS does to help kids in good positions already get to the colleges that they would really like to get to.
Well, basically, in short, what we do is help kids secure, multiple offers from their best fit schools. Kids, it's important that they not just choose a college based on where can I go play soccer or football or, lacrosse, whatever it may be. The most important thing is that they find that school where they can go get, the education, but also everything else fits, the location of the school, the size of the school, the student athlete support programs that they have in place. And then, of course, getting the play and the fit with the coach and the other teams, your other teammates. So we are able to make introductions to college coaches, of those student athletes, and then in addition to marketing them throughout the high school, years, we work with the family hand in hand to guide and mentor them through the process so they don't make any critical mistakes. And typically, when everything is said and done, our athletes right now are averaging, around 6 offers, and families are saving, about $90,000, which is about 60% of the college education cost nowadays. So, it's a win-win for everybody. The kids get to pick where they go to school. Mom and dad, get to save a lot of money and, save a lot of undue stress because now they've got professionals helping them, with the recruiting process. And, it's a win for me personally. I get just as excited as, when I sign up somebody new as when, I get calls from them, which I got a ton last week of kids saying, hey, I made my commitment today. I signed my letter of intent. This is where I'm going. And, a large part of it is, thanks to you and Student Athlete Showcase guiding me through this. That's, very, very rewarding.
Well, Joe, as you know, we've signed up. We're committed. We love SAS and what they've done. And, the value, it does cost money to join SAS, so don't think that's a free ride. But the value is so inexpensive compared to what you can get. And like you say, up to a $90,000 and even more scholarship opportunities. Joe, let me ask you, last week was National Signing Day. What were some of the highlights? What were some of the great athletes that signed in some of the schools?
I think just for me personally, I had 6 or 7 kids that have signed so far. They're not real big, well-known like Stanford's or, USC's, but, there's schools that the kids are going to go get their education, get the opportunity to play. Tufts, is a school
awesome
back
school
in Boston, phenomenal school. Great education. I got a young lady going there to play softball. I have a young man. This is a great story. Real quick, he came to me. He's a senior. Okay, he came to me in the middle of January, saying, I don't have any options. And he was, a high 3-point GPA average, about 6'4", really good quarterback, great film. Just didn't have any exposure, didn't have any options, and he signed, after being on board with us for basically about 3 weeks. To a Division II school back in, I believe it's West Virginia, and that's going to cover about 90% of his education costs.
Well, that's beautiful. I think it's really exciting to be involved with an organization like yours. And, there is a lot of NC2A rules and regulations that need to be followed, and you guys guide us right through it. And as a parent or as an athlete, you're in the dark, and I can see how families can make mistakes and be guided wrong, and as you can see, many schools have got NC2A violations because of such things. But you guys are right on top of it and informing families, and we're excited. One of the things that I found interesting is that, as you go through the stages of looking at schools, and I'm fortunate Austin's a straight A student, so it helps odds greatly. Keep your kid educated and keep those grades up, because that's when the coaches really like to pick up an athlete and a scholar. But so I find in today's environment, it isn't just the big schools, because the smaller schools and some of the smaller schools, and whether they're Division III or Division II, you get a great education. They're smaller schools. They're more personable. And I see a lot of these kids that are really, really brilliant are looking at smaller schools and looking at higher level schools for grad school.
Yeah, absolutely.
And save your dough for the big one, because it sets the tone, because you can go to a great school and have a foundation at a smaller school and be more involved with the college, educators and professors, and the big schools you don't get that same touch, and so that's what we're looking at. We're looking at all the different functions out there and opportunities, and you guys have been great guiding us there.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Like you said, a lot of people, they just don't know of all the money that's available. Take the Division III, for example. People think, there's no money at Division III because there's no athletic scholarships. Well, they're right in that there's no scholarships, but there's a ton of money. I've got a young man who's a freshman right now at Chapman over there, in Anaheim. Chapman's a $45,000 a year school.
Wow.
Because he was a decent student, about a mid 3-point GPA, about a 2-time all-league safety down in San Diego coming out of high school, the package they were able to put together for him covers $35,000 of that education a year.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, Joe. I mean, it's tough because we got to step aside, take a break. I'd love to talk about this a little bit more, but real quick, SAS can be found easily online at what website address, Joe?
It's just studentathleteshowcase.com, and there's a hyphen between the T in student and the A in athlete.
All right, studentathleteshowcase.com. And one more thing real quick, Michael. Also visit unituswestand.com. There is a way for even folks with $15, $20, $35 to get involved with the movie, help produce it. I love the way that you guys are going about this.
Thanks so much, Dave. Appreciate you.
Have a great weekend. Thanks, Joe.
Happy Valentine's Day, Joe. We have got to step aside, take our final look at traffic here. When we come back, wrapping up a Valentine's Day edition of Pawn Talk Live with Michael Mack and the Tom Jones clone himself. Harmich, stay tuned right here on News Talk 720 KDWN.
And it's 2:45 in the KDWN 1 Nevada Credit Union Traffic Center. We've got some slowing on 95 southbound just north of Jones. Also, look out for a wreck on Tropicana near Dean Martin. Also, Flamingo westbound just east of Las Vegas Boulevard. From the KDWN 1 Nevada Credit Union Traffic Center, I'm Desiree Peoples on News Talk 720 KDWN.
NASCAR is back, and the Las Vegas Motor Speedway wants to celebrate with its biggest fans. Join us on February 23rd at the Cannery Casino Hotel in North Las Vegas for your chance to win Cobalt 400 race tickets, Neon Garage passes, and Cobalt toolkits. Plus, watch the Daytona 500 it's a Daytona 500 viewing party with the Las Vegas Motor Speedway at the Cannery Casino Hotel in North Las Vegas. Enjoy great drink specials provided by Budweiser and a chance to win tickets to the Cobalt 400. Visit lvms.com/Daytona for more details. See you on February 23rd.
It's been our pleasure since 1950, serving Nevadans just like you, and be a part of your financial future. Your local lender for all you do. One Nevada Credit Union. Our one focus is you.
Federally insured by the NCUA Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hey Las Vegas, it's Al B. Shore and the voice of the Las Vegas Wranglers, Dave Carney. Join us for the best that Las Vegas has to offer. Entertainment, sports, dining, and nightlife. Live in Las Vegas. Tune in every Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. on News Talk 720 KDWN.
Are you one of many looking to take advantage of the hot Las Vegas real estate market? I'm Justin Goodman with Majestic Properties, here to offer you an unmatched level of service and professionalism unknown to the Las Vegas market. My attorneys and processing team have closed over 1,000 short sale transactions successfully for free at absolutely no cost to you ever. I will also list your traditional sale for only 1%. Call and ask me how.
Call 380-2300. That's 380-2300.
Thirsty like a man in the desert without a canteen? Owe more on your home than it's worth. Missing payments and facing foreclosure? You're in a big heap of trouble. There's a guy I know. He can short sell your house and get you out of trouble real quick. Beauty is, he won't charge you a dime. He makes the bank pay so you don't. Call Late Levada with First Prime Realty Group. 476-2000. Make the call. You'll be glad you did. 476-2000.
For all your short sale, loan mods, and civil litigation questions, listen live every Monday from 9 to 10 a.m. on AM 720 KDWN. Jamie Cogburn will take all your calls on these and other law topics. That's every Monday morning from 9 to 10.
Now back to Pawn Talk Live with your hosts Michael Mack and Dave Carney.
And welcome back to Pawn Talk Live here on News Talk 720 KDWN and streaming worldwide at KDWN.com. Dave Carney, joined by the owner of the world-famous Max Pawn in Las Vegas, Michael Mack, and the Tom Jones clone himself, Harmich, who has been good enough to join us for both live in Las Vegas and Pawn Talk Live. Now, if you are throwing a private event, maybe you are a casino owner, somebody joining us here on KDWN, and think, how do I get a Tom Jones clone to come and perform at my special event? Well, I'm going to give you a way. Go to TomJonesClone.com. I bet you Harmich, there's a couple of ways to get a hold of you there.
Yeah, actually, there's a number of ways. There's even an 800 number. So
give it to us.
1-800-242 1-800-242-0156.
So as often as you're told by somebody to just give it to us, it's not generally for the 800 number, is it? You're the Tom Jones guy. When they say give it to me, you're thinking, it's not unusual.
So,
all right, I'll give it to you.
Harmich. That's it. That's your lead-in. Let's hear a little What's Up, Pussycat.
What's new, Pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa. What's new, Pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa.
I wish I had the music bed because we would take this a lot further.
Absolutely.
You know what we'll do, Dave? Let's have Harmich up to the studio when we get back, and we'll get his music behind him. Because it's so hard to sing a cappella. And,
oh, gosh. Well, especially, here we're in studio. We've got these
no microphones.
Lovely, they're headset microphones on. They're great microphones, just not meant for this kind of performance. And Harmich, you've been great, a very clean-speaking guest here, which on my Pawn Talk Live show has become the utmost of priorities. So we do appreciate all your wonderful, good, clean talk. Now, Harmich, there's
I'm
something
clean
here.
as well. I'm very clean.
You are. You're a clean dude. You clean up well. And that's another thing that we were told about you is that this guy cleans up well. Don't be afraid to have him on the show. He's going to be fine. Yes. Now, Harmich, I know you and I were talking about a pair of boots, and we are, of course, on Pawn Talk Live here, and Michael had mentioned this a couple of weeks back, but I'm sure folks don't remember. You're talking about a pair of boots that belong to a certain icon in the musical business. Now, did these come from you, Harmich? And if so, tell us how you got them.
No.
Okay, they're not.
No,
you just like them.
Not.
You want them.
No, we took them in from a client that
it has nothing to do with
me.
Okay,
listen to our show, Dave.
Okay,
and,
gotcha.
So one of our listeners, and this is what's great about Pawn Talk Live, you don't have to call in. If you're shy, you don't have to. You can drive in. But we like to hear these kind of stories, and this is the story that should be told on the radio. We had a client that came in with some artifacts, some really rare artifacts, as well as these shoes. And they're actual boots. They're zip-up boots.
From the back.
From the back, and back in the day when Frank Sinatra had these boots made, he had a boot maker in Beverly Hills.
I was waiting for you to give us. They're Frank Sinatra's boots.
They're Frank Sinatra's boots.
Frank Sinatra's boots.
I mean, and so you look at them, and Harmich and I have looked at them together. We kind of chuckle back and forth. I'm like, and I tilted them back. I looked at the bottom. I was like, if these boots could speak, there's volumes of books that could be written. But then, as a person that loves some good comedy every once in a while, I have a size 9.5, 10 foot. I think Mr. Sinatra
about
was
7.
He was about at 8.5, 9.
Yeah. Oh, that's being very generous.
But I happened to wedge my feet into him. I couldn't zip him up, and I had to go out on the sales floor. And you guys can all envision this. Went on the sales floor. I put the mic, like my hand out, and the mic to my mouth, and put the one foot up. And I did the Frank Sinatra, and I make everyone proud when I show this photo. I'll put it up on Facebook so our listeners can look at Pawn Talk Live, and it has a Facebook page as well as Live in Las Vegas.
Absolutely.
And I'll share the photo, but it's great. I snuck my feet in them, and now I feel like I was in Frank Sinatra's shoes.
So now let me ask you: they didn't damage the structural integrity of the shoe, though, did they?
I mean, very gentle.
Okay, because
these shoes, as you know, are quite valuable,
yes,
and
they
there's
are.
people that buy celebrity art and artifacts and apparel, and we know that like Michael Jackson's glove and things go for millions of dollars. So we are sending these shoes back to Sotheby's, and they'll probably go into celebrity auction and probably go for tens of thousands of dollars.
Michael Jackson's glove, though, wasn't that being, isn't that under subpoena, though? I mean, didn't you have to send that back for some sort of a court case? Oh, different Michael Jackson's glove. And I can only get away with that because Albie Schure's not here. He's a great friend of Michael Jackson's. All in good fun, of course. Now, Michael.
That wasn't OJ's glove.
No, that one. No, of course, that one. We know that didn't even fit. It wasn't even his glove. What are you talking about?
That's right.
Michael Harmich, again, looking at a Valentine's Day coming up here. And, again, it's been a really fun show. And, Harmich, thank you so much for spending your afternoon with us because it's quite a pleasure for us.
Loved it.
And we're going to have Harmich stay. We have some gifts that we're going to have. He has some different types of items that you brought along.
Yes, I did.
That's right, panties.
And so if I'll tell you what, if you spend over $5,000, I have him sing not only one song but 2 songs for you. And I'll tip Harmich for
That's great. Now, guys, again, for folks that are just tuning in to KDWN right now, getting ready for the rest of the afternoon's programs coming up on the station, what could a young man do? And what could a young lady do in converse, to really make this Valentine's Day special, and Michael, I'll start off with you. What could a young man do for a young lady to make this Valentine's Day just absolutely special?
Well, Dave, there's a few things that a pawn shop has the ability to do. A, it could deliver cash in your hand. So, hey, if you need some money to take out that special someone, you haven't got your paycheck or you're a paycheck away, come down and pawn something. You know, we've had this happen in other occasions where people have come down and pawned their iPad and they got $100 and they're able to go out and have a nice dinner with your lovely someone. Or you can buy a gift, you know, and we have all types of luxury for men and women. We have wallets and belts and all kinds of things, sunglasses for guys, sports memorabilia, tools, guns, and all types of things for men. But the luxury items for women, you can't beat. And Dave, I'm going to put you on the spot because I'm sure you've went out of your way to get Christy, your young lady, a nice gift, and so you have the ability to moments before 6 o'clock. I'm sure you're going to be able to get something for your loved one.
You know, and I've spent so much time planning and preparing for this Valentine's Day that I hesitate to give away such secrets over the air because I just don't think it would be doing them a service. Now, Harvick, coming over to you, I'd like to ask you, because obviously you spend a lot of time singing to the ladies, singing to women. What, in your opinion, could a lady do for a man on Valentine's Day that would really make that gentleman's Valentine's Day absolutely perfect?
Regarding a purchase or
anything,
personally?
just anything. What would you, if you were to just say, hey, this would be fantastic, without being too graphic, I suppose?
You know what is always nice? They've got these places where they're like hot tubs, and they're private rooms, and you get the candles all lit, and you could have champagne if you drink.
There you go.
And I think one of those places are.
And one of your CDs, of course.
Of course, yes.
See, and I think, us guys, a lot of times we are afraid to ask for some of the simpler things, like if you could possibly get me a sandwich and the remote control, I will love you forever. I mean, Sports Center's coming on in like 10 minutes. This would be fantastic. I love you so much. No, I'm kidding. We oftentimes as guys don't ask for some of the things, the massage, the nice nights out. And these are things that fellas want. So I was, hoping to get that from a ladies' man, for the rest of us guys. Help us out.
I think just whatever it is, double the effort.
There you go.
That's it. Do it every day, but on special days, just double the effort.
Just a little bit more.
And I think, I think what's most important is it's not the financial spend.
No,
it's the thought.
It really
is.
And
it
sounds cliche, but
it
it's
does.
not.
But I have kids, and I'm very fortunate to have the ability to go out and buy things that I like or want. And I tell my children, I said, you don't have to buy anything for Dad. You just give me a nice card, and even better, handwrite it and put a note in there that means something. Because, at the end of the day, that's what makes a difference.
I have boxes. I have not thrown anything out. I have boxes of things my kids had written for me throughout the years.
I am in the same boat. I cannot bring myself to throw them away, and I did get a fantastic Valentine's Day card. That's a great point there.
So Christy, I think Dave's actually writing a little card right now. He's got the crayons out.
As we speak, I'm writing it right now. It's going on. Okay, I'm having my assistant do this. Come on, get to work here, buddy. No, it's a really great holiday. I want to thank Hallmark for throwing this on our plates, because there's never enough money being spent during the year. So doubling it down, as we've noted, on Valentine's Day does us good. But see, I'm of the ilk, and I think Harmick, you are basically echoing, and Michael as well, that really every day is the special day, and we don't need these particular set aside holidays to try to redo what we should have been doing throughout the year. But if this is one of those cases, I always like to say it's never too late to have a fresh start. So if this is the catalyst for your fresh start, make it be.
Very good, Dave. Very good.
Well, another great show, Dave.
Fantastic.
We have the Girl Scouts down here from 3 to 6. Proceeds go to Troop 41.
God bless
and I wish everyone a happy, healthy Valentine's. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you guys next week here on Pawn Talk Live in Las Vegas, KDWN, 720 a.m.
Luxury shops in Las Vegas aren't new. What is new, however, is luxury meeting value. At the world-famous Max Pawn, we specialize in marrying the two. With some of the finest selections of watches, designer handbags, sunglasses, and more, the luxury never stops. Every day, new items are added in-store and online. From Gucci and Chanel to Hermes and Louis Vuitton, Max Pawn delivers all the top luxury brands at a fraction of the price. Visit us online at maxpawnlv.com or browse our showroom in Las Vegas. The world-famous Max Pawn, where luxury meets value.
At Wagner & Associates, they're extremely familiar with common questions, concerns, and challenges when it comes to the IRS, tax representation, and tax debt help. Call 564-1040 today. Wagner & Associates provides exceptional tax services for individuals and businesses in the Las Vegas area. They provide tax debt help, so don't wait another day to get IRS tax relief. Call Wagner & Associates at 564-1040 today. That's 564-1040. Or to make an appointment online, go to 5641040.com.
Multiple system atrophy brings the body to a standstill. It's time to fight MSA. Join Chef Carrie Simon and friends for a night of creative taste prepared by celebrity chefs. Partake in a silent auction and experience an intimate rock and roll performance featuring Alice Cooper, Sammy Hagar, Vince Neil, Slash, and more. It's happening on February 27th at the Keep Memory Alive Event Center at 888 West Bonneville in Las Vegas. The VIP reception starts at 6 p.m. Register online at keepmemoryalive.org.
A new day, a new dawn. News Talk 720 KDWN.